everyone, it's Killshot, not in a game. This is Play Dead Live Original Asylum. We are back, and we're about to transition into year number 6. So those of you that are really adept to the history of Play Dead Live, you'll know that we started exactly 5 years ago. Next Friday on the 10th. We launched on the 10th. 2019, everybody. So really awesome stuff. Is there background? Can you guys hear me okay? How about now? You need some more volume? We'll turn it up. All right, we will turn that joint up loud. How loud do you want it? We can crank this thing up to 100. Better? Much louder. Is that good? Well, let's go even louder then. All right. How about now? All right, I'm not going any louder than that. That's as loud as I'm going to go. The rest is on y'all. So again, I want to thank you guys for being here. We're 1 week away from a very historical. I mean, the 10th was the exact day that we launched, a couple days after Elvis's birthday. So we got a really good event for you guys tonight. Those of you that participated in Edge of Earth a couple weeks ago, you know that you have your prized possession. But if you were not here, you do not have any legendaries, any weapons, or any pets. It is back to the original Asylum. So do me a favor. Remember, we started Play Dead Live on Freestyle Friday. So if you want on-time XP for the XP event, type Freestyle Friday in chat right now. That's the only way you're going to get on-time XP. And it's super important to RSVP, to get the on-time XP, all of the above. All right. I see you guys typing it up. Now, Jim, if you had played on that night and your prized possession was your pocket locket, then yes. But it was very, there are a whole lot of things that are not in use. So, it's back to the original Asylum. Do me a favor. You do have pre-match buffs, though. You do have consumables. So, give me your pre-match buffs right here, and we're going to take you back in time for a little startup video, original Asylum, everybody. everybody. Now, where did we leave this thing? I think we left it with our holiday celebration. That's where we left it, everybody. So we went to the edge of the earth. We trekked through a lot of really, really cool stuff. We got to this room, had a great box skull event, and now it's time to do the level up event. We don't want to go back out in the cold. We don't want to go, in these strange places before you get all the XP and stuff that you guys worked so hard for. Last time we did a level up event was May the 3rd. May the 3rd. So a lot of things have happened. Maybe you don't remember everything that's happened, all the stories, all the events, all the cool things, but it has led you on a path to go back and maybe redo a couple of things. So we're going to start out with the level up event. So do we have any volunteers? Anybody want to know their current level, where they stand? We got a few people I know that we're going to go ahead and just kind of move them. And it'll save us a little bit of time. All right, Dr. Dye says me. You know what? Let's do it, Dr. Dye. So, Dr. Dye, there were 26 events that we've had, not including the fish fights and some bonus XP. 26 events since the last level up. Now, how we do the level up is I take into account your gameplay, your decision making, the items used, your legendary items that you may or may not have had, bonus XP potions, all of that. RSVPs, and being here. So, Dr. Dye, you were present for 25 out of 26. That's pretty impressive. 25 out of 26 of those events. So all along, playing a story, get involved. Dr. Dye, you started out at 10,600,000. Rounded up, you gained 2,200,000, and you are now at 12,800,000. You went from level 29 to level 31. Congratulations, Dr. Dye. That's a lot of XP. That's a lot of gameplay, right? Now, see where I'm putting Dr. Dye? I'm not putting her over beside the presence. I'm putting you on the other side, because while we're doing this level up, I don't want you to be snooping through the presents. All right. I'm going to go some alphabetical, some reverse alphabetical, and some volunteers. So I've got, I know the animal's going to be here tonight once he gets off of work. So I'm going to go ahead and go with A as in animal. So we can let him know. Animal, out of 26 events, was present in 13 events in some capacity. So made half the events, not for the whole time. Animal, rounded up to, start out at 7 million, rounded up to 1 million, 8 million for animal, takes him from level 26 to level 27. Now, all of your XP will be put in on Sunday. So we do the official event tonight, and all of that XP will be put in on Sunday, and then your new level and your new ATT, all of that will be calculated. All right, we got a few people that either schedule or events or whatever happened. So here's my challenge, okay? Because I'm going to give you a list of people that did not participate in a single event over the last 6 months. Now, we're kicking off year 6. I'm going to give you a group of people, and I want you to go back to your factions. And I don't care if it's once every 6 weeks, once every 2 months. We need to get them on Friday nights at least a little bit. So here's my list of people that gained no XP, not even nothing. All right, so we got B-Dub, Fly Rod, Mist, Unforeseen, Nightshade, Ocean Man, Pope, All right, so I want you guys to take a look at that list. And if these players are in your faction, let's do whatever we can to get them on a Friday night. You know, it might be in January, February, March. Might be one Friday night they got nothing going on in the summertime. But we want them to get some XP. And number 2, we want them to be a part of the story that we carve out. All right, where's Bones? All right, Bones. Bones had some visitors here or there on Friday night, but out of 26 events, Bones made 22 of them. 22 out of 26. Not bad, right? Plus, remember the items you use, the decisions that you make. Fish Strike was nice bonus for some of you. Bones ended up, she started out at 11,700,000 and added 1,700,000 to go up to 13,400,000 and go from level 30 to level 32. 2 levels for Bones. All right, I got the Cardinal. Now, you guys would probably say, well, Cardinal hasn't been here in like the last 10 weeks, and you'd be correct. However, he had a streak of about 8 weeks in a row where he was here every Friday night. So missed a few in the beginning, got a hot streak where he was here, and then we didn't get him back in. But while he was here, 8 out of those 26 events, he managed to gain 1 million XP. Started out at 6 million and went up to 7 million. Cardinal goes from level 25 to level 26. All right, where's Crimson Tide? I know Crimson's here somewhere. Now, Crimson was kind of the opposite of Chad. We started out this cycle. Crimson missed a few weeks, but lately, she's been here like a lot, like 8, 9 weeks in a row. So Crimson was here 12 out of 26 weeks. Missed some of the squid stuff that we did over the summer, but 12 out of 26. Crimson started out at 9,200,000, and the last month really boosted it up, added 1.2 million for a grand total of 10,400,000. So that takes Crimson from level 28 up to level 29. So it matters whether it's a little bit, whether it's at the beginning of the level up cycle or the end of it, it all matters. All right, I did see Dow pop in. All right. Dow was not at the beginning, not at the end. Dow's just whenever he can make it, right? So believe it or not, even though Dow works quite a bit, he was still able to make it 5 out of 26 times. And I know for a fact he's working every Friday night, but still made it 5 out of 26, which is 20% of the time. Now, that was the difference in him being 10,700,000 and adding 700,000. Bonus XP because when he plays his class very, very well. Dow up to 11,400,000 and going from level 29 to level 30. All right. Now, next person up is Tiny. Now, when Dimes is here, Tiny is here. Coincidence, right? The difference between Tiny is Tiny does not always use the same amount, make the same decisions, or get to compete in all the events, right? There's sometimes that there are unique events that are for players only, but Tiny does still get involved, get the on-time XP. Dimes, Tiny, and football. 26 out of 26 events. Perfect attendance. Not a single miss. Tiny started out at 13,800,000. Tiny added 1,500,000. Tiny's new total is 15,300,000. Tiny going from level 32 to level 34. 2 levels up for Tiny. Football Master. Where's football? All right, Football Master. Perfect attendance. Now, we know sometimes he had some events. Dimes would have to log in and keep him afloat. Sometimes it's Dimes. Sometimes it's Zach. Sometimes we're looking for him. But when Zach is focused, we know one of the true strategists, very, very good player. Football started out at 12,300,000. A little bit more than Tiny. 1,600,000. Putting football at 13,900,000 and taking him from level 31 to level 32. Congratulations, football. All right, we got Trigger. I see Trigger in the house. All right, Trigger is another one. We want to get Trigger in for at least a little bit, right? I know sometimes come home tired to log in, throw a few grenades, get involved. Now, Trigger did have some events, especially with a fish strike and a couple other things. Nine partial out of 26. Some were RSVPs. A couple of those were full scale playing involved. But 9 partial appearances out of 26. Trigger started out at 7,600,000, level 26, and added 600,000 to take her to 8,200,000 and moving her up one level from 26 to 27. Congratulations, Trigger. And New Year's resolution. Get a couple more events in throughout the year. All right, Samurai. All right. Samurai, a.k.a. Alex from Mir. Was here a lot till she visited Dimes. Now, I'm just saying, Dimes. Not blaming you. But, man, oh man, was she present. Like 17 in a row. Samurai, 17 out of 26. Was going at a tremendous pace. And then took her foot off the gas a little bit. Started out at 11,400,000. Added 1.6 million to 13 million. Samurai going from level 30 to level 32. Still 2 levels though. Not too late to make it up. Shaman. Let's get the Shaman in here. Shaman again. Used to pop in on Friday night, play 30, 40 minutes. It helped. Especially early in the year. Shaman had 6 events that she showed up for from May until July, and not an event since then. So 6 out of 26, but not an event since August. Shaman started out at 8,700,000, added 600,000 to 9,300,000, going from level 27 to level 28. All right, JJ. Where is JJ? All right, JJ. JJ off to a rocky start in the beginning. But JJ, like Crimson, the last 8 weeks here almost every single week. But the first couple months hurt. JJ, 8 out of 26. 8 out of 26. Now, the one thing about JJ is when she shows up, she does use a lot of resin restores. So there's that. But JJ started at 9 million, level 28, added 1 million going from 9 million to 10 million, level 28 to level 29. And what I take into account, fish strike events, level up potions, bonus XP, gameplay, items used. Go out there when you play and play crazy and blow up a lot of stuff. Craven Light. Craven Light, similar to Dow, a couple others. Now, I will tell you, before his schedule changed, Craven had some great attendance for the squid events. But after the squid events, it dropped off pretty hard. Same time his job changed. But Craven Light still 16 out of 26 events. The last month, been a little rough. Craven Light started at 12,200,000. Craven, a lot of bonus XP in the squid event. There was a lot of activity, a lot of wheeling and dealing. Him and Villard cut a deal. So Craven, good bonus XP with that. He added 1,800,000. So Craven going from 12.2 to 14 million and going from level 31 to level 33. Congratulations, Craven. Now let's hope he can pick that pace back up too. All right, Gemstone. Where's Gemstone? All right, Gemstone, 26 events. We had you at 16. 16 out of 26. Now, a good portion of the events that she missed was over the summer in the squid event. And there were some good bonuses in that as well. So made some of them, missed a few of them. One thing about Jim is when she's here on Friday nights and playing, she's throwing some firepower. T10s, Grizzlies, a lot of stuff being flung there. So Gemstone started out at 14 million, level 33, added in 16 events 1,400,000, takes her to 15,400,000. Fish strikes are also a missed opportunity for some of y'all. Fish strikes is a great way to add some XP. Gemstone, 15,400,000, going from level 33 to level 34. All right, where is Justice? Where you at, Justice? Justice, out of 26 events. Justice pretty active in the squid competition as well. Justice made 22 out of 26. Very similar. Justice, a lot of firepower when he's here. Justice started at 11,100,000. Rounded up to 1,900,000. Takes him to 13 million. He goes from level 30 to level 32. All right. Looks like we got six 7 players left on the board. Now I'm going to tell you, these 7 had some elite scores. One, other than Cat, they make all of the Fish Strike events. They're at almost every Friday night event. You'll listen to the attendance and you'll see. They also play their characters. Very, very RPG related. And they use the most items in the game. They rarely forget to use their level up and bonus potion ability. So when I go through these, you'll see why. We're going to start out with Cat. Other than Fish Strikes, Cat was here 25 out of 26 events. Plays the tank role to near perfection. Cat started out at 14,100,000, added 2.3 million XP, taking Cat to 16,400,000 and going from level 33 to level 35. Congratulations, Cat. Deadly Dives. Dimes, perfect attendance. Right there with us on the Fish Strikes. Playing multiple characters. Deadly Dimes started out at 14,800,000. She added 2.5 million XP, taking her to 17,300,000. Deadly Dives going from level 33. I think the first time I've said it tonight, level 36. Deadly Dives, first level 36 player in Play Dead Live. Congratulations, Dimes. Busy Bee. Where's Busy Bee? Busy Bee, perfect attendance. Always active, always creative, looking to solve a puzzle. Busy Bee. Loves the Fish Strikes. If there's a PDL event, Busy is jumping over people to get to it. Not part of the XP, but Busy's also part of that late night fishing circle. No XP for the fishing leaderboard, but she ran up the fishing leaderboard too. So again, if there's an event, Busy Bee's a part of it, so you can bet she's getting the extra XP when there's XP available. Busy Bee started at 14,400,000. She added 2,600,000 to take her to exactly 17 million. Busy Bee going from level 33 to level 36. 3 levels as well. Congratulations to level 36 Busy Bee. All right, Kel. Where you at, Kel? All right. Kel died a lot in Fish Strike. A lot. A lot of exploding fish. Kel, perfect attendance, 26 out of 26. Very involved in Squid Game. A lot of planning. A lot of strategy. Busy blew her up a few times. Kel started at one of the higher totals, 14,700,000. And she was also one of the highest in XP, 2,700,000. Adding to her total gives her 17,400,000, and going from level 33 to level 36. Congratulations. Valar, where you at, Valar? Valar, is anyone shocked she has perfect attendance, 26 out of 26? Is anyone shocked that she won the Squid Game Championship? Maybe y'all forgot. Because you see her fishing, you see her at pet battles, you see her at death drop, you see her fish strike. And again, there are very few that have PDL running through their veins like Valar. Valar started at 14,300,000. Added 2,700,000 to take her total up to 17 million. Valar going from level 33 to level 36. Congratulations, Valar. All right, these next two had the two highest totals of any XP. I don't think anyone's going to be shocked. Some is gameplay. Some is events. Some is items used. How they play their character. Where's Julia? Julia started out with the highest total. She was actually, after the last level up, she was the only level 34 player. There were some 33s, but she was the only one that hit the odometer. She was at 15 million. Now, again, it's not all XP related, but if you have superlatives, Julia doesn't miss a death drop, a pet battle, a box event, takes notes, moderator, doesn't miss a Sunday morning for Breakfast Club, doesn't miss anything. PDL is her livelihood. And when she's here, a lot of times she's winning, or she's throwing a lot of firepower. Julia is always up in the top 3 in most items used in PvE events. Julia added 2,800,000 to take her total of 17,800,000, and going from level 34 to level 36. All right, and where is Father Ron? Ron does not miss events. If it is PvE, Father Ron is synonymous with PvE. Now, I don't think there's been a hotter, not, hot as far as getting into a good rhythm, a more in tune character who plays the role. Ron plays his role so well, he has people calling him father. Now, there aren't many players in PDL that can do the dance video, put on the priest outfit, and instead of calling him by his name, they actually call him father. Now, all that's not XP related, but when he plays the role, it is XP related. Fish strike, bonus XP. Throws an occasional smite in there. Likes to slap them down a little bit when it doesn't make sense to use an item. Father Ron started at 14,100,000. Ron added the highest 2,900,000, taking Father Ron to 17 million and going from level 33 to level 36. Congratulations, Ron. 3 levels as well. All right. You know what? It's been a while. It's been a while since we did our XP. And super, super impressed. Now, again, you guys, you probably don't remember all the stuff that we did, especially if you had a busy schedule. If you had a busy schedule and you missed, you only had 5, 6, 7 events, you didn't get a chance to watch the playback. You just heard about it. That's why playing it is such a big deal. So what I want to do, I want to transition from the Christmas tree and all that stuff. I got to be careful walking down these steps, though. Got to keep my hand in my pocket while I do that. See, that's impressive, isn't it? See that? All right. What I would like to do is right around the corner, we got an open bar. So let's leave well, you know what? We got one more present to open. We got one more present. And then we're going to go to an open bar. So who was one of the top 15 to RSVP for the box event? Because we promised a door prize. We said we're going to give away some prizes. We were going to do some things last week. Well, I got that list, so I know who it is. But the top 15 are going to walk away with a mini skin bundle. Congratulations. All right, now we need to get into 2026, 25 mode. I'm a year up. Are we good? You know what? We'll get into 2026 mode. All right, you guys want to step around the corner and grab a drink? It can be lemonade. All right, let's head around the corner, everybody, and let's celebrate. We said we're going to celebrate a little PDL tonight. So it looks like we got an old friend manning the bar. How about put your hands together for Stan? right, you'll notice that your seating arrangement, appreciate all those tips for Stan, but your seating arrangement is not with your faction. It's mixed up to get to socialize and play a little game with some different people. But before that, I mean, in the spirit of Stan, the barman, any questions for Stan? Because usually Stan likes to answer a few things because he has a lot of knowledge. Now, there doesn't have to be. It's courtesy. Stan likes to talk a little bit. All right. What's your question, Bones? Actually, Stan started wearing his mask at the final chapter of his bar. There was the past, the present, and the future. And in the future version, Stan had the mask on. So it's just his most recent look. Dr. Dimes, what's your question? That trophy was won as Stan became bartender of the year. Now, y'all may not remember, but there were some things that Stan could not answer because people can listen. Got to be careful what he can and cannot say. But yeah, the trophy was won for his bartender of the year. Now, Stan is also, sure, Crimson, what's your question? Stan was also able to win. He's got a lot of dead dimes in there. I would imagine 1,000,000. 1,000,000 dead dimes in that trophy. It's a house cocktail. It's a Stan special. In fact, starting to make you a little woozy. Falar, what's your question? What? Valar, I can't understand you. You're not able to speak coherently. Your lips are moving, but I can't really make out what you're trying to say there? Bones? Maybe you can enunciate a little better. Oh, are you seeing red? They're not red. That's just your imagination. Dimes. Do you have a question? Oh, Dimes. Really? Oh, great. Look, she spilled her drink all over herself. All right, now he's going to have to. All right, let's get to the games while you guys can still move. All right. One last round of questions. Anybody? The ante just went up to 25K. Any other questions? You got one shot. This is your last one. Crimson Tide. 25K for a question. No. That is a great question, though. But we'll come back to you on that. We're playing a little PDOopoly, everybody. All right, the rules have changed, though. This is going to be super fast. Remember, you are part of a team. As a team, we're going to give you a chance to split 1,000,000 dead dimes. Who wants a shot at 1,000,000 dead dimes? All right, 1,000,000 dead dimes. Here's the way it works. Team number one, you have 4 players. You will start at go. Each player can take a spin, and you will get to choose which die you use. All right? You get to choose a 8, a 10, or a 12-sider. You have got to land on the dead dimes free parking. All right, we'll start with Football Master. Football Master, JJ, Jim, and Animal are the 4 people on the team. You have to hit exactly on that. So football, you want to use a 8-sider, a 10-sider, or a 12-sider for your roll. Football says he wants to use a 12-sider. All right, here's the first roll. It is a 9. All right, 11 away from splitting 1,000,000. JJ. An 8, a 10, or a 12? No. An 8-sider, a 10-sider, or a 12. Pick one of those three. There's no 3-sided die. All right, she's picking an 8-sider, which means she's going to try to set Jim up for success. She gets a 3. One, two, and 3. Gemstone. An 8-sider, a 10-sider, or a 12-sided die. Jim picking an 8. Now, if it is a 8, team number 1 is going to split 1,000,000 dead dimes. If it is less than an 8, animal will have a chance. Is it an 8? It is a 2. All right. Animal. Pick a 8, a 10, or a 12. Whichever one you think will give you a number 6. And if you get a number 6, your whole team is going to get 250,000 dead dimes each. All right, we're going to have to skip. JJ. Pick one of those die numbers for animal. An 8, a 10, or a 12. The fate of your team is in your hands. All right, going with a 12-sider. 12-sided die. If it is a 6, team number 1 will split it. Is it a 6? It is a 12. Team number 1 has been eliminated. All right, team number 2. Dr. Die. Eight, 10, or 12. Dr. Die said, let's throw that 12. It is a 3. Tiny, 8, 10, or 12. Tiny throwing a 10. It is a 2. Dimes, 8, 10, or 12. Another 10. It is a 7. All right. Busy, you are set up. You need an 8. Which die is going to give you that 8? Busy says an 8-sider. If she gets an 8, it is worth $1 million for her team. It's a 5. Team 2 has been eliminated. All right, team number 3. Justice. 8, 10, or 12. Justice starting out with an 8-sider. It is a 5. Crimson Tide, 8, 10, or 12. Crimson throwing a 10-sider. It is a 3. Valar, 8, 10, or 12. Valar getting a 12, which is smart because if she gets a 12, she'll win it right here for her team. Is it a 12? It is a 7. All right, Kel needs a 5. The question is, which die is going to give it to her? Kel says an 8, which is a smart move. It's the best odds. Can she get a 5? Of course she can. 1 million dead dies for team number 3. Just like that, $250K per person. Biggest giveaway in PDL history right there. $250K. Kel, Valar, Justice, and Crimson. Oh, no, you're going for $1 million, Ron. You're not going for fun. There's another $1 million on the line. Cats. 8, 10, or 12. Cat starting out with number 10. Getting a 7. Bones, you're up. Bones says, let's throw at 10. It is a 4. All right. Ron, you're up. Ron says, let's throw a 10. Ron needs a 9 to win it for his team. Is it a 9? Oh, it's an 8. All right. Well, all is not lost. Julia, you need a 1. Which die is going to give it to you? 8, 10, or 12? Julia says an 8. It's got to be a number 1. Are we going to give away another million? It is a 7. Almost looks like a 1. All right, congratulations, team number 3. With a big, big epic payout. Kel, Balar, Justice, and Crimson. All right. I think this is cause for celebration. And your last chance to ask Stan anything. Now you got a little more money. Five more questions. Max. Kel says, can we play another game? Not that particular game. No. Any more questions? Yeah, busy. Close your eyes. JJ, is that a question? He says, what name? What name? Who's Stan? No, seriously. Who is Stan?
Should old acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgotten, days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of of old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of old lang syne?
Herst du noch mal der